Have you ever been on a skincare product page and just felt totally overwhelmed? You've got the claims, the scientific jargon, all the different ingredients. It's a lot to take in. Well, today we're going to cut right through all that noise. We are taking one single best-selling product and deconstructing it piece by piece to figure out what actually makes it work. We're turning that marketing copy into a simple guide you can actually use. So let's get into it.
So here's our game plan. First up, we're going to define the problem. The skin concerns this product is supposed to solve. Then we'll look at why it's so incredibly popular. After that, we'll dive into the science behind the ingredients, lay out a user manual for how to use it, and finally, we'll talk about what to actually expect based on what the brand itself tells us.
All right, let's start at the beginning. The anti-aging challenge. What specific problem is this product even trying to fix? According to the brand, it's going after 4 big things. You've got your classic signs of aging, wrinkles and fine lines. Then there's the appearance of enlarged pores. It also targets that rough, uneven skin texture and that feeling when your skin starts to lose its balance, its firmness. Okay, so that's the problem it's trying to solve. But with thousands of products on the market, why this one? What is this bestseller's promise that makes it stand out so much?
Well, right off the bat, the brand makes a pretty massive claim. It is the #1 bestseller in facial serums. And that's not just some marketing fluff. That's a huge signal that a ton of people are buying and trusting this product.
And if being #1 wasn't enough, get this. The product page says over 40,000 units were bought in the past month alone. That's not just a product. That's a movement.
So, let's officially meet our subject, the Celimax Vita-A Retinal Shot Tightening Booster. Now that we know what it is and why it's so popular, let's finally figure out what's actually inside the tube.
And this brings us to the really good stuff, the science inside. It's time to pop the hood and see what the brand says is the engine driving this whole formula.
Okay, so the brand makes a really big deal about this one distinction. They use retinol with an A, not the retinol you see everywhere else. They call retinol the advanced form, and you can think of it like this. It's one step closer to the form of vitamin A your skin can actually use. So it's like taking the express lane to results, while retinol has to take a longer local route.
So, the hero ingredient here is that retinol at a 0.1% concentration. The brand claims this is what's doing all the heavy lifting. It's the one going after the wrinkles and pores to help make your skin look smoother and feel firmer.
But hey, this retinol isn't working alone. It's got a sidekick, a 3% concentration of something called Matrixyl 3000. This is basically a team of peptides, specifically palmitoyl tripeptide 1 and tetrapeptide 7, that are designed to work together with the retinol to really focus on skin elasticity.
Now, having great ingredients is one thing, but how do they get to where they need to go? Well, this is where the brand talks about its delivery system. They use this quote to explain that the ingredient particles are 16 times thinner than pores, which is wild, right? And the whole idea is that they're designed to penetrate directly into the pores for better absorption. Okay, the science sounds really impressive. But with great power comes great responsibility. So that brings us to the user manual. How do we actually use this thing safely and effectively? So if you're new to a strong ingredient like this, the brand lays out a really clear start slow plan. For the first 2 weeks, you only use it every other night. This gives your skin a chance to get used to it. And you only need a small amount, just on the areas you're targeting. Most importantly, you have to listen to your skin. If it gets irritated, back off, maybe use it less often, and grab a good moisturizer. And then there are the absolute non-negotiable rules. First, this is a nighttime-only product, period. Second, you absolutely must wear sunscreen the next day, because these ingredients can make your skin more sensitive to the sun. And of course, the usual safety stuff. Keep it away from your eyes, wash your hands after you use it, and remember, more is not better. Using too much can just lead to irritation. All right, you've got the product, you know the science, you know the rules, but what's it really like to use it? What should you actually expect? Let's look at the brand's own FAQ section to get some answers. So let's run through these common questions. First up, will this turn my skin yellow? The brand is upfront about it. Yep, maybe a little bit. The retinol itself has a yellow tint, but they say it's temporary and washes right off. Next, why does my tube look half empty? They say that's on purpose, to keep the product stable, and they promise you're getting the exact amount on the label. And finally, what if my skin freaks out? They acknowledge that some mild redness or peeling is possible, which is why they really push doing a patch test first and just adjusting your usage as you go. So, when you boil it all down, what's the story here?
It's a high-strength formula built on a foundation of advanced ingredients. That special retinol and those supportive peptides, all delivered through a really unique microdelivery system.
And that kind of leaves us with one final big question to chew on. This brand puts so much emphasis on its delivery system, on those particles being 16 times smaller than a pore. It makes you wonder, beyond the ingredients themselves, is this kind of microparticle technology the real key to the future of skincare? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.